And we're live.
Great. Thank you, Paul. So good morning, everyone. Here we are once again for Wellspring Live, and I am so happy that you're here. If you're here live, I know that we're streaming into multiple places, so wherever you are, welcome, and especially if you are watching this later on. We're so just happy for you to connect with this, because these Wellspring Live videos are your source of inspiration, guidance, and support, and including your vision for your growing spiritual business. And I'm on here live every single week, sharing nuggets, tips, inspirations, ideas, maybe something that's a little out of the box that you haven't thought of before, to support all people who identify themselves as light workers. So you could be an energy healer, a shaman, a metaphysician, a life coach. You could feel that you're out there shifting paradigms. There are just so many things that you could be doing in the world, and that you feel is wanting to birth through you. But you who are light workers, I'm here to support you, because it's time for all of us to live full out, have an abundant life, and change old paradigms of what it means to be a light worker in the world. So today, the topic is, it probably is going to sound a little bit similar to something we've done before, but it's actually quite different. I'm going to talk today about 3 key energies that all spiritual entrepreneurs, I'm going to say, need to clean up or up level for your success. Or if nothing else, you want to be aware of where these are. So these 3 key energies that I'm going to invite you to want to activate in order to create and thrive in your spiritual business. Now, these aren't the energies of marketing and stuff like that. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but these energies are what I consider foundational energies. And like any good foundation, it holds up what's on top of it. So in this case, it's the foundation to hold up for you what your spiritual business is or could be. So it's what your business success rests on, literally. And as I mentioned a moment ago, these 3 things are not things in the world. It's not a good marketing plan. It's not a great website. It's not consistent social media. It's not having a big emailing list. It's not even your ability to say, okay, I can call in all my clients on a consistent basis. It has a little bit to do with that, but those are all externally focused things, right? You know, your website is not you, or a marketing plan is something that you're bringing into your business, but I'm talking about a foundation, some foundational energies that your business actually sits on. And so these 3 key energies are really your energies that are important to, number 1, become aware of, and number 2, to work to magnify, because these 3 key energies I'm talking about are very positive for you. And once you become aware of these, and you grow and expand and magnify these, you're going to be able to move forward in your business more easily. That sounds good, doesn't it? Spend less time feeling stuck or blocked. I hear that all the time with spiritual entrepreneurs. I feel so blocked. I feel so stuck. I don't know how to move forward. And you'll also be able to feel that you have more time in your business feeling clear and in alignment. So let's get to all these 3 key energies, right? Here's what they all are. I'm going to tell you in one fell swoop what they are, but then I'm going to elaborate on each one. The energy of worthiness, the energy of easy, and the energy of receiving as that partner, or the balance in giving and receiving. So the foundational idea when we're thinking about worthiness, easy, and receiving is we want to put the cart before the horse. Yes, we have this old adage that says, don't put the cart before the horse. And that applies in many circumstances. It does. But today, we do want to turn that one around and put the cart before the horse. So what I mean by this is that these three energies, worthiness, easy, and that yin-yang balance of giving and receiving, are so important to generate ease, flow, clarity, and success in your business. And here's the key. This is why we want to put the cart before the horse, because typically we wait for evidence in our business. We wait for things to happen, clients to come, opportunities to happen, for us to feel confident in really working with our clients. And then we will allow ourselves to feel worthy. Then we'll feel it's easy. Then we feel that we're willing to receive. Okay, so tap in with that and think about that. We generally have outside things happen and then we feel these energies. But and part of the reason is like we're waiting in our current energy field until things, oh, I've worked so hard, now it feels easy. Okay, how many of you can relate to that? We're working really hard, and then we think, okay, I'm going to get to a point and then it's going to be easy. So we think hard and we're waiting for easy. Or maybe our success eventually invokes in us a sense of worthiness. Or I've seen this very often, we literally block our receiving as if somebody wants to give us the plague. And then we feel stuck and we feel blocked, or we feel unsuccessful in creating a thriving business or practice that we're dreaming of. So let's get into each one of these to look at the value of embodying these energies without any evidence first. Okay, so first one, and foundationally, this one's so important, is worthiness. So here's the summary of what this is. We will not attract or magnetize anything to us that we do not feel worthy of, no matter what it is. It could be money, it could be love, an amazing relationship, it could be our health, it could even be the general energy of success. If we don't feel we're worthy of offering our gifts and receiving in equal measure and positively supporting others, we're not going to fully step into our gifts. We're not going to step out into the world. So I'm going to invite you now just to take a moment and open to your inherent sense of feeling worthy. It's a big energy. Close your eyes if you can, if you're in the right place. Otherwise, come back to this and do this again when you have a moment. Close your eyes and take a moment to breathe into your heart space and feel yourself grounding and choosing to be present in your body. Take that moment. It always feels so good when we do this. And in this space with your eyes closed, more awareness on your heart and being in your body, imagine what you visualize or expect or desire as your ideal business, with plenty of clients or students or patrons. Feel the abundant flow of your products and services. Even if you're not experiencing that yet, tap into that. Feel yourself receiving money and compliments and success in whatever your definition of success is. That's been a result of what you offer to the world. As you do this, just allow your abdomen to be relaxed and your breath to flow freely. And as you do, open to this. Do you really and truly feel worthy of receiving all of this? Trust your first intuitive hit. It's okay if you hear no. It's okay if you hear yes, no matter what you hear. Do you feel worthy of receiving all that you desire and all that you're visioning? And right now, we're not judging ourselves. Just like right now, you're collecting some data and some information that's active in your energy field. Do I feel worthy of this? Because once you know what's there, you can then do something about it. So if you're here with us live, or if you're watching the replay, I'm going to invite you to type in the chat, yes, if you heard that you were worthy, and no, if you heard you weren't. It's okay. Again, we're collecting data, no judgment, because we cannot do anything, create any kind of change if we don't know what's in our energy field. And most of us don't go around thinking about, am I feeling worthy every day? But it's such a key energy. I'm just gonna, I actually didn't open up the chat. So I love that I'm seeing some yeses. That's wonderful, wonderful that you feel worthy of experiencing all of that. And if you had a no, it's okay, as I've already said. There are many ways to align with worthiness before you feel worthy. And what I'm about to share with you is helpful whether you sense that worthiness or not right now, because as you grow and expand in your business, you're always going to push the next level of boundary, right? You're going to be ever evolving, ever changing. So even if you feel worthiness now, you might grow into the next level where you need to keep working with worthiness. So it's really important to be aware of and keep magnetizing more worthiness into your field. So here's a quick tip to bring this really important energy into your vibrational field. I'm going to invite you to create an affirmation or a mantra, however you like to define this, that you can put on repeat throughout the day for yourself or during your meditations. And by repeat, you might want to record it and play it over and over again, but just giving yourself a lot of touch points to say this over and over and over again to yourself. So, for example, I'm worthy of all that I desire. That's personally one of my favorites. I'm worthy of all that I desire because I feel like what I desire right now is that field of desires that I'm working on manifesting and experiencing. So right now I'm worthy of all I desire. Now, in a week or a month or a year, I might have new desires, but that's okay. I'm worthy of all I desire. I feel like it moves with us. But you could even just use I am worthy. And if you feel any resistance at all to that one statement, you can say, I'm open to feeling worthy of all I desire, or I'm willing to feel worthy of all that I desire. And as you affirm this, as you're constantly reminding yourself about feeling worthy, because again, we don't often think about worthiness. We don't think about how we want to be a vortex of worthiness, because it creates, if we're feeling unworthy, it's like having a block in front of us, a wall, or we pulled up the drawbridge and there's a moat there and nothing's going to get in because we don't feel worthy to receive that. So we want to just keep that really flowing, that energy of worthiness, very vibrant. So use any of your energy tools to expand the energy of worthiness in your life. It's very essential, and it just makes you feel better about everything in your life. The second energy that I want to share with you is the energy of easy or ease. And I'm sure you all know this, and we are probably all at the effect of this. You can't really be in our world right now without experiencing the opposite of that. We actually elevate this. There, in our world right now, at this time at least, there are so many beliefs, and beliefs mean energies. We want to, anything we believe collectively or individually, those are energies that we have active in our field. And there's so much that magnifies the energy of hard, which is the opposite of easy. So think about some of those right now. Have you heard, we all know this, and you could probably pop in some of the little sayings that you know of, or the energies you know of that are related to the energy of hard. You got to work hard to get ahead, right? A lot of us have just grown up with that. So that working hard is elevated. So this idea that I'm totally burnt out and I'm working 12 hours a day and my adrenals are burnt out, but I'm working hard to get ahead, right? Or how about this saying, I worked my fingers to the bone. I mean, really, if that was real, that's kind of scary, isn't it? There's also a belief in business in particular that it's hard to make money, and especially in this realm as light workers. How many of you have heard that? Oh, it's so hard to make money in this business. So I could go on, but I think you get the point. What are we believing about things being hard, especially when it comes to business, and even more especially when it comes to spiritual business? Usually we have this conscious and more often subconscious belief that we expect things to be hard until they become easy. So we think we've got to do this hard work and then we'll get to easy. So we're waiting for evidence in the world, like I said before we allow the energy of easy into our lives. So, and we know that what we believe and what we expect, we will get. We will get. And, we bristle against that, but I mean, the reality is it's true. And this expectation or belief, no matter how much evidence you have that you feel it supports, you can say, well, I've been trying this for 10 years or 20 years and it's been hard. Okay, it might have been hard, but we want to update that energy, right? So if your thoughts are alive, which they are, and then that means our energy is alive in our field. And if you believe you have this evidence that it's hard, or maybe you know someone who that business is hard for, then you're going to experience that. And that's not what you want to be magnetizing, right? So let's look at how we can shift this even before you have the evidence. You could be in a moment that feels hard, but it's not going to keep you from this, expecting things to be easy. So when you consider this next step, whatever it might be for you, the blog you want to write, a social media post, a website you wish to create, reaching out to clients in the way that you want to, whatever it is that you feel that is your next thing to do, whether it's something that's going to be over the next year or even today. And notice any hesitancy you might have and open up to whether or not you feel it's hard. And hard could be like, well, I'm confused. I feel stuck. I don't have the right energy around that. Okay. I'm just giving you a minute to think about that. And just like we did with worthiness here, we just want to notice what's there. Notice what we're expecting. And again, you may have a mountain of evidence and you could say, no, but Holly, it is hard because look at what has happened. That's okay. It's been hard, but we want to create a new paradigm, right? And we don't create a new paradigm by looking at hard and expecting it to be hard and retelling the stories of how hard it is. We want a new vibration in our field and we want to front load that energy. Okay. So just notice maybe how hard you felt it is, maybe how hard you've experienced it to be. Now, think about all of this and now say to yourself, I'm open to this being easy. I'm going to expect it to be easy. Even if I don't know how it will be easy yet, because your mind is going to want to come in and say, Okay, you're going to expect it to be easy, but how are we going to do that? What's the data? What's action steps? We've tried all these things. Settle your mind down and just, I'm going to expect it to be easy. In the face of zero evidence right now, I'm going to just expect it to be easy. And breathe, allow, and open. Another thing you could say to yourself is, I'm willing to have this next step be easier than I ever could imagine. I'm willing to have this next step be easier than I could imagine. Feel how that feels to you. I know for me, whenever I do this, I feel like I get some breathing room. I feel like my shoulders can drop a bit. Now, so as I said before, it's okay if you don't know yet what will make it easy for you. We're not looking for the data in the world. We're looking at bringing the vibration into our field that we wish to experience, because I can guarantee you would love a business and a life that feels easy and aligned. Of course we do, right? So let's start expecting it to be easy. And you can apply this way outside of your business. You could feel frantic about something like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to get out of the house. It's so hard to get out of the house. There are always so many things to do. And you could just say, no, it's going to be easy for me to get out of the house today. I'm going to expect it to be easy to be out of the house on time and get where I need to be. And as you begin to expect it, meaning anything in your life, to be easy, you're shifting your energies to align with the vibration of ease. Your energies are opening up to flow in a new flow, in a new way. You're opening up to the possibility that you really can create a vibration of ease that attracts more ease. And yeah, I see a comment here. That sounds like great tapping statements for me. Yes, I'm willing. You can tap into your system about ease and expecting things to be easy. Don't we all feel better even just considering this possibility? It's like, how come nobody gave us permission to do this so many years ago? But let's change the flow of this for you. Now, the third and final energy that I want to address today is this energy of receiving. And as heart-centered entrepreneurs and light workers, I'm going to put a stake in the ground that you will already have a very highly refined and strong energy of giving. So raise your hand, put a yes in the chat if you can relate to that. You know that you have this tendency to give in a multitude of ways. You're very generous. Very generous. And what we're going to do right now is also say that maybe you could say, I've mastered the art of giving. I'm a professional at it. So we've all been taught about how great it is to give and give and give. And once again, we can put a whole list of beautiful sayings that have anchored that energetic reality of giving into our collective consciousness. I'm just going to give you one. We've all heard it. It's better to give than receive. And that's actually an imbalanced statement, because giving and receiving are two halves of a whole. And we really want, in an ideal world and environment, to have them balanced. So when you're in business and when you're offering your expertise and gifts to the world, you're really going to want to exercise the other side of that. You want to grow your receiving muscles. Okay. And just imagine, it's not that you're terrible at receiving, they're just muscles you haven't activated in a long time. If you have been not exercising for a while, It's not that it's terrible that your muscles aren't in shape. You haven't exercised them. You start exercising them and your muscles get stronger and more vibrant, right? And that's what we want to do with this energy of receiving. Because the truth is, you will never have a successful business if you're not good at receiving as well as giving. Okay. So like I said, that yin yang symbol, it's balance, this ideal energetic flow when the energies of giving and receiving are in beautiful balance. Because as you give and then receive, you have more to give and you have more to receive, and it just magnifies. We don't want to go limping along with only half of it that is strengthened and alive. In fact, in your everyday life, the truth is this already. In many, lots of areas in your life, you're already in a giving and receiving balance. Okay, so laugh along with me as I bring up these examples. You pay for your haircut, don't you? The clothes you buy, the gas you put in your car, the food you purchase, the massage therapist who just gave you an amazing massage, right? Would you ever feel that you would choose to not be in the balance of giving and receiving in just those areas of your life? Of course you wouldn't, right? Aside from the fact, it could be stealing if you went into the grocery store and say, you know what, I've given you enough here with the money I've paid you over the years. I'm just going to receive and I don't want to give. And, it'd be out of balance. You would never be doing, you'd never do that, aside from the fact you'd be accused of shoplifting. But you're willing already to be in balance in this giving and receiving. We just don't think about it. Like, how many times do you think about going into the grocery store and buying your food and thinking, oh, I'm in balance with giving and receiving here, but you are. So you're willing to be in balance in giving and receiving in every single area or many, many areas of your life. Yet it's so common for spiritual entrepreneurs to feel uncomfortable when it comes to them receiving what they're offering to the world. Many entrepreneurs feel they'll get better at receiving after they begin to have clients coming in. That's a real conundrum, isn't it? Because how do you get the clients in there? How are you willing to engage with them if you're not willing to receive as well as give? So you want to create a really strong and balanced energy of giving and receiving in order to create the flow of energy that moves towards you as it does when you receive. So here's how this one works. One of the ways you can open up this energy of receiving, because here's what I'm going to tell you first. Spiritual entrepreneurs very often say, I'm open to receiving, but there's also a hesitation there. And it's great to be open. I also work with people who say, oh, I'm scared to receive that money because there are all kinds of strings attached. Like, I feel like I have to perform for that. And I don't know if they're going to get what they need. That's a whole nother conversation that we should do another time. But that idea, that hesitation, you like the idea of receiving, but you may not have anchored it strongly enough yet. And this is something that we can work with all the time. So here's another affirmation or mantra. I'm open to receiving energy, clients, ideas, money, compliments, success. You can put in whatever you want. I'm open to receiving the energy of clients, ideas, money, compliments, success, and you can add in whatever else is there for you. Open up in your life every single day to all forms of receiving, bringing it to your conscious mind. Imagine the energies flowing towards you. So in this balance of yin yang, if we look at it from an energetic perspective, giving is the energy flowing out, Receiving is the energy flowing towards you. So imagine energies flowing towards you, because that's what happens when you receive. The energy flows that direction. So in your day-to-day life, having nothing to do specifically with your business, open up to all the ways that you can receive. You can do this simply by stepping outside and feel yourself receiving energy from the sun. Just imagine that I'm receiving energy from the sun. Automatically, what you're doing is highlighting that directional flow towards you. You might be sitting down to a meal, and you could take a moment and visualize and feel yourself receiving the energy from your food. How about receiving a compliment? I know many of us aren't very good at that. If somebody compliments us, we might say, oh, well, but, and then we totally kick the legs out from under their compliment, right? Which is saying, I'm not really, I've got to tell you how bad I am or how imperfect I am. And instead of just gracefully saying, thank you. And here's what you do, not just thank you, say, thank you, I receive that. Try that out. Next time somebody pays you a compliment, don't say anything else. Don't put yourself down. Don't tell them all your insecurities or insufficiencies. Just say, thank you, I receive that. And then don't say anything else. Give yourself an opportunity to be in that energy of receiving and really anchor it in. Now, open up to noticing this energy of receiving is interesting, because there are some areas already where you are very good at receiving. And there's some areas where it's not going to be as easy for you to receive. So open up to what those are. Allow yourself to expand your overall energy of receiving, so that you can live in this field of success of receiving as a spiritual entrepreneur. Now, listen, this isn't like, we're not trying to replace your giving nature with receiving. We're not doing that. You're always going to be a giver. That's just who you are. And it's great. That's how you can do what you can do in the world. But what we want to do is get them back in balance again. So if it's a tire, we don't want one side of the tire to be flat and one side to be filled up. You won't get anywhere, right? So you want it nice and round so you could just roll down the road. So tell me so that's the end of the 3. So which one was your favorite today? And which one maybe might you feel a little charged, or it feels a little sticky? Maybe you felt a little irritated or activated. I'm going to invite you to put in the chat which one feels like it's impacting you or most significant for you, or maybe all 3. Yeah, so Paul put in here, worthiness, such a big energy, such a big energy. Some of you know, Paul and I teach the universal sphere to people, and Ishtara, who's the channel who brought that through, oh my gosh, she said 6.5, 7 years ago that worthiness is the biggest energy we can work on in our human incarnations, because we've had so many experiences in prior incarnations of not being worthy. So we can magnify that now, and it really goes a long way to just healing all those past experiences if we magnify and up-level our inherent sense of worthiness, just because we're this beautiful being of light. We're worthy. And Genevieve says, I love the concept of easy. I'll take easy. Yes, exactly. Easy is amazing, isn't it? And it's fun. I've played with the energy of easy so often, where I've caught myself thinking, this is going to be so hard. And then I just start saying, well, what if it was easy? What would I do right now if this was going to be easy and not hard? And I just play with that. And it's amazing how it shifts, what happens there. And Brenda said, I'm open to being easy, resonated most with that right now. And there's a comment here, I've been trained in hard. How lovely would easy be? Yes, Yes. And then somebody else is saying the compliments. Yes, let's receive, receive, receive. And we have been trained in hard. I mean, you could say I've been trained in hard because it's my parents or my industry that I've worked in or events in my family. We have a big pile of evidence of hard. And that's okay. We can love and bless that was the experience. But now let's turn that around, because what I want for you is not to bring that energy of hard into your practice, into your products, into your services, whatever you're creating and whatever you're offering to the world. My desire is that you feel that it's easy and that you're worthy of all the success that you desire, and that you're worthy to receive in equal measure to what you're sharing with the world. Okay, I just want to take a pause for a minute here, and I'm so excited that you're enjoying this. And if you have any thoughts or reflections on it, as you know, more of our conversation goes on in the conscious conversations with your business. So you can let us know in the chat what you're working on with this, what's been helpful. Even a week from now, have you been playing with the energy of easy or worthiness, and what are you noticing changing? And so I do also want to take a moment to share with you that coming up in just over a week, Paul and I are actually teaching a really powerful, revamped class about using the Akashic Records in your business. It is our go-to tool. It helps us shift our energy into success and receiving and everything else. I can't recommend this class enough for any of you, even if you're striving for your business, beginning stages of business, experienced with your business, because using the Akashic Records of your business is you get to have conversations with your business. You get to have the support, and you receive from your business ideas, guidance, clarity. It literally is what Paul and I use all the time. I was using it yesterday. I was in the Akashic Records of our business. Why? I needed to create something yesterday. And I was feeling a little stuck, to be honest. I wasn't feeling very inspired in the moment. I opened up the Akashic Records of the business. I got refocused, got some ideas, and then I could move forward again. I can't recommend it highly enough. So Paul's putting that into the chat. If you love to have that ongoing support where you feel empowered to really co-create and collaborate with your business, it's so incredible. I can't speak to it enough. Because here's the thing, when we're in business and we're not getting informed by our business, I feel like we're just dragging our business along, kind of like a bully, like, oh, it's my business, and you just drag it along. But your business literally is waiting for you. You can develop a working relationship with it. Ask it for its guidance. Ask it for its support. And especially if you're a solopreneur and where you feel like everything's on my shoulders, I don't have any support, you'll actually feel very supported. You'll know that you have this partner that you thought you were dragging along, and they had all this wisdom and support waiting for you. So if this is intriguing at all to you, you can click on the link and just read more about what we're covering and when it's offered and the cost of the class, all of that. I won't go into that now, but I can't recommend it enough. And it's designed for people who are dreaming about their business and they haven't started it yet. If you're just beginning, I personally think that's an ideal time to learn to work with your business. I had my spiritual business for years before I found out about the Akashic Records. So I actually was working really hard. And then when I came to the Akashic Records, it did make things easier. Paul and I both took the Akashic Records at the same time when we were in business together, and it makes such a difference. There's no prerequisite for it. Anyone can attend. We go over everything in the class. And if you say, well, I'm not spiritual enough for that, you have what it takes to work in the Akashic Records. And that's for another conversation. But I just want you to know that we we want to support you in your success. And I know you're hearing that from us. We also have a new free giveaway that's designed specifically for spiritual entrepreneurs. So if you haven't grabbed it yet, Paul put that link in the chat too. It's called the 3 Key Energies. Oh, I'm just totally blanked on that right now. Anyway, Paul put the link in there. It says 3 Key Energies free giveaway, but that it has a bigger title than that. I'll tell you why I'm not remembering the title.
The 3 key energies to amplify your spiritual business.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. I'll tell you why. I have to go take the cat to the vet right now. And I was a little distracted by that. That's why I wasn't remembering the title. So that's my humanness coming in. So thank you for that, Paul. So snag that. And it's a free download, and we'd love to have you receive all that information. And one of the topics in there is worthiness. So thank you so much, everyone, for your presence, your energy, your contribution, and your vision of your success. And we're holding that for each and every one of you, because as you've heard me say, it's time for light workers to be out there to thrive, not hold themselves back, and find the success that they desire. I hope this has helped give you some more inspiration, a little shot in the arm, and new energy and ideas for you to move forward. I love you all, and I'll see you all next week, same time. Please feel free to invite anyone else you know to this, because we want to create this movement where light workers are thriving. You're so welcome. Bye-bye.